What is up, everyone? It's WTS Weather here with another weather forecast video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the possibility of an upcoming severe weather threat for the southern United States, as well as taking a look at the possibility for a northeast snowstorm later this week at the end of the video. So starting off here on the HRRR model, this is what the radar will look like throughout the day. This is 10 a.m. this morning. As you can see, you have this little area here with your Gulf moisture, which is kind of going to be just streaming into the southern United States. You also have your low pressure system here, which is basically your cold air that's going to be kind of pushing to the south a little bit to kind of amp up that Gulf moisture. So as we move forward here a little bit, it pushes a little bit further to the south, and we get this area here in Texas that develops. Now Texas, I think you guys had the best opportunity to see some supercells. Obviously, as it is north into like Oklahoma, it does become kind of more an organized cluster of these cells. So zooming in here, you can see once again you have this area of I don't want to say supercells, but of strong storms here. Places like Texas, Arkansas, Missouri. Eventually, that will move to the northeast, but what else here? I think the best chance is probably for some hail and some damaging winds. I don't think the tornado threat will be that big of a problem, right? There is a chance, of course, of isolated tornado, and it shouldn't be taken lightly because this is 4 a.m. So if there is a tornado, it will be a nocturnal tornado, which obviously, as we all know, is not good. But I think the main threat is some pretty big hail and some damaging winds. So moving a little bit more forward now, this is 9 a.m. This is early Tuesday morning. You can see we have this squall line here that forms just to the west of Kentucky and Tennessee. And as you can see, this is probably the biggest threat, I'd say, right, for severe winds. I'd say the straight line winds with this squall line are probably going to be pretty bad. So if you were in places in Kentucky or northern Tennessee, you guys should definitely be watching out for this because this is going to really pack a punch when it comes through. So as you see throughout the morning, it goes through places like Kentucky, northern Tennessee as well. That continues across Kentucky, and it eventually does dissipate. We will talk about that in a second. So moving over to the southeast view here, as you can see, it does eventually kind of dissipate. Before it moves to places like central Kentucky, it does kind of weaken. It still will be carrying those pretty strong winds as it moves towards the coast, right? But obviously, I don't think it'll be as big of a problem as it is going to be for western Kentucky and northwestern Tennessee. Now, if we go ahead and put this in motion, once again, you can see this is Tuesday night. You have these supercells here, and basically what's going to happen with these is they slowly are going to move to the east, right? They will strengthen a little bit as we go throughout the night, but then what happens is they kind of come together and form this line. Now the HRRR model unfortunately does not go out that far. We will take a look at another model in a second here just to show you guys, but I think that these supercells, right, early in the evening, right, 8-9 p.m., those are going to be the biggest threat for hail, possible isolated tornadoes, and as well as some damaging winds. Now, that being said, that is pretty much going to be it for the severe weather portion. Obviously the models don't go out that far to tomorrow night yet. You will have a better understanding tomorrow for tomorrow night. Tonight, however, is pretty much set in stone, right? You have your supercells over Texas and Oklahoma, moving to the northwest, or northeast rather, and then you have your squall line, right? But tomorrow night, obviously, not 100% set in stone yet, so come back tomorrow. You'll have a better idea of that as the higher resolution models get a better handle on them. So switching over to the GFS model here, we are going to be taking a look at the possibility for an upcoming winter storm for the northeast. As you can see, you have your storm here with the severe weather exiting out of the northeast as usual. And you have this little thing developing here. Now keep in mind, some of the places that got the severe weather tonight and tomorrow, you guys might see some freezing rain and ice from this system on Thursday and Friday. So as this moves to the northeast, it does develop quite a bit here. Now most of the models, unfortunately for the northeast, for places like New York City and Pennsylvania, the models have trended to the north recently. Now keep in mind, this is still pretty far out, right? The models could still go to the north, go to the south. But right now, it's looking like mainly an ice event for the southern northeast, places like Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey. And then if we move forward a little bit more here, you can see mainly the snow threat will stay to the north. Upstate New York, places like Ohio, maybe places like New Jersey and Pennsylvania, you guys will switch to snow at the end. But really, I don't think it'll matter that much. I think by then, the majority of the storm will mainly be done. So right now, the main threat for New Jersey, Pennsylvania is sleet and rain. New York State, northeast, you guys mainly have to worry about the snow. Now, this is just pretty far out, right? It could change, like I said, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on as we go into the end of this week. Now, that being said, that is pretty much going to be it for the video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I will be answering all the questions in the comment section below. So if you have any, please leave them down below, and I will answer them. So with that being said, stay safe and peace out.